Hello, 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 everybody. Dr. Steve here. So excited to be with you for our live Instagram training. This is part two. I'm going to be with you in just a couple of minutes. Well, it looks like it's just about time to get started. And again, Instagram live training part two. Excited to be with you. Dr. Steve Sabo here with more tips and tricks that help the medical doctor with no experience in sales and marketing to generate 15 to 20 leads a day. Can you imagine generating 15 to 20 leads a day, guys? I'm going to help you here tonight. This is the second part of our series. We did part one last week, and I hope a lot of you got value, those of you who are on the webinar. Before we get started, I'd like everybody to just put a comment. I want to just make sure that everybody can hear and see me here tonight. In the comment section, just pop a comment in there. Great, terrific. So we got some people there saying that they can see and hear me. So I guess we're ready to begin. Like I said, I'm excited to be here. I want to just recap. Last week was Instagram live training part number one. We talked a little bit about the bio. What's important about your bio and how can we improve the bio so you can get more people attracted to you, so you can get more leads and sales. We also talked about my favorite app. My favorite app for Instagram is WordSwag. And why is that? Because that's where I create I continue to create my beautiful images, my beautiful inspirational quotes. And I showed you guys how to do that last week. This week, we are going to talk about three things, okay? And I'm going to just turn the camera on here. Here I am, okay, so you can see me. We're going to talk about number one. We're going to talk about good posts, why there are good posts and bad posts on Instagram, in fact, on all types of social media. We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight, okay? Then we're going to talk about hashtags. What is a hashtag? Why is a hashtag why is a hashtag a good thing, and how does it help you generate more leads? So that's part number two. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about the third part as we wrap it up, and it's going to be a short webinar tonight, guys. So I want to get some good key points out to you so you can help generate more leads and sales. Part three is going to be called My Favorite Time Saver. My Favorite Time Saver. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to use that and how you'll see how it's going to save you a lot of time with your posting, with your quotes, with lots of things that you do in your business. So without further ado, let's get started here. Let's see. Okay. So what I would like to do first is just tell you who I am and why I'm here before you tonight. So my name is Dr. Steve Sabo. I am a medical doctor. Actually, I'm an emergency doctor. I've been in practice for about 23, 24 years. I still work full-time in the ER, and as you guys can just imagine, it gets pretty stressful now and then. More now than then, I guess. But been doing that for 23 years. Very rewarding, taking care of patients, saving lives, helping people. I have a wonderful family. I've been married for 20 years as of a couple months ago, happily married. Got two wonderful teenage daughters. But you know what the problem is? I realized I just don't spend enough time with them. I don't spend enough time with my wife or my daughters. And by the way, one of them goes to college, so she's just home for the summer, and the other one is looking at colleges now. So I was trying to think, how can I spend more time with my family? And someone approached me from the home business industry. It was an energy company several years ago. And I fell in love with entrepreneurship. Whether it's all the great people that you meet in the home business industry, whether it's personal development, which I think is wonderful, and just being your own boss, not being paid by someone else. it's a wonderful thing, entrepreneurship. I agree it's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. I'm now involved in several businesses. I have 3 businesses. I have a network marketing business that has wonderful cutting-edge nutraceutical products. I market a non-invasive medical device. That's a direct sales company. And as I'm here before you tonight, this is my social media marketing business where I help home business owners get more leads and sales. So again, why am I a medical doctor here before you? Well, when I was in the home business, as I am in the home business industry, what I realized is that most of the people out there just don't market themselves properly on social media. What do I mean? Well, I'm going to show you some examples here tonight, but they have posts that say, buy from me, join me, and it's really not attractive. After all, we teach attraction marketing, how to make yourself more attractive, more marketable, so you can draw others to you. I mean, I think you have to think, why are you on social media? And what do you look for in deciding whether you want to follow somebody? You know, people go on social media for 2 reasons. They go on social media to be entertained and to be educated, not to be sold something. So you need to keep that in mind. And I was seeing so many people that just, again, weren't doing that properly, that I decided to take a course in Instagram that has helped me as a medical doctor, as a person, grow my account on Instagram from, get this guys, 150 people or followers to over 12,500. And I did that by using the techniques that were taught to me in this course, some of which I'm going to teach you here tonight. And I grew that following. I've got a lead magnet out there, how anybody can get 5 or more leads a day on Instagram in just under 30 minutes. It's a lead magnet. I came up with an ad that I have running now on Facebook and on Instagram, and it just blows me away, the number of leads that I've gotten. That ad is now running. It's been seen by now it's over 110,000 people. Yes, on Instagram, on Facebook, an ad that I put together myself, over 110,000 people, and I have generated from that ad over 2,300 leads. Can you imagine what you would do with 2,300 leads? And by the way, tooting my own horn, I guess, I am now one of the largest generator of leads in my social media network marketing, social media marketing company. One of the leaders, because of what I've just told you over the last 6 months. So again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about 3 things tonight. I'm going to talk about good posts and bad posts. I'm going to give you examples of that. I'm going to show you my iPhone and my Instagram account. Then we're going to talk about hashtags and what are good hashtags? Why would you use a hashtag? And then finally, as I mentioned, I'm going to talk about my time saver that I think everybody should be using. So let's get started here tonight. I'm going to start by clicking on this PowerPoint presentation. Here we are. And it's from my webinar that I gave several weeks ago, called 3 Simple Steps to Attract Your Perfect Prospects Every Single Day Without Bugging Family and Friends, Cold Calling, or Spending Money on Leads. So this is a webinar that I gave a few weeks ago, and when I finish the 3rd part of the Instagram series, I'm going to be giving it again. So guys, you want to see this webinar, it's a terrific webinar on attracting people to you. Don't worry, I'm going to be giving it again in a couple of weeks. So let's talk about posts. And I have something that I call posting do's and don'ts. You need to keep in mind that there are good posts and there are bad posts. And you need to provide posts of value in order to attract your target audience to you. And here's an example of what I would consider bad posts. And this is an account that I found on Instagram. It's by somebody in this network marketing company, and I should say that, you know what, the network marketing company here, I have no problem with, none at all. Okay, this is an account that I just wanted to point out is not attractive. What it says is, buy from me, join me, every single post here. This is not an attractive account, and you don't want to have this on your social media. The other thing that I would say is that you shouldn't mention the name of your company on here. You want to create intrigue, suspense. You want people coming to you and say, hey, that person there is losing weight. How did they do it? What did they do? You know what? If you're looking to lose weight, I think I may have something that might be able to help you. So that's kind of the way you want to do it. You don't want to just vomit, verbally vomit, or social media marketing vomit on somebody. So let's get back, and here I say don't use the name of your company. So 80% of your posts should be value-driven, inspirational, motivational, and success quotes. Here's a quote that I created. There's no secret to success. It's the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. So I took the quote, I put it on a nice picture. I used that app called WordSwag, and I put, notice at the bottom, the name of my website. And why do I do that? Because this is part of branding yourself. It's part of getting your name out there. So why do you do this? Okay, you get your name out there. So if somebody liked this post, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook for that matter, what would they do? They might like to share it. So if they're sharing this post, guess what? It's free publicity for you. Somebody else likes that quote and they say, gee, Dr. Steve Sabo made that. I want to follow Dr. Steve Sabo. And now I'm actually putting a little more on there. Let's see if it's on, no, the next quote that I have here just has my website. But I am doing my quotes, inspirational quotes now, also putting my Instagram name at Dr. Steve Sabo as well, so people can quickly find me and follow me, and again, I can build up my audience there. So again, 80% of your posts should be value-driven. So let's move on here, and more good posts. So why is this a good post? You got pictures of food here, you got a recipe, and these are business tips. That's why it's a good post. So say you're in a weight loss company. What type of post would be good posts? And the good post might be healthy recipes. And here's an example of a healthy recipe. First of all, the person took from above, took some beautiful pictures, excuse me, of food, and put the recipe on the right side. This is a good post. So say you're somebody out there, you're looking to lose weight, you want a more healthy lifestyle. Maybe you're not wanting to lose weight, but you want a healthier lifestyle. Somebody who puts a post like this you might be attracted to them because this fits in with what you're doing, with what you want. You want ways to lose weight, ways to be healthy, and healthy recipes certainly would fit the bill. Now, another type of good post somebody from a weight loss company might have would be exercises to help you lose weight. And again, I've seen people put the exercises, they might write the exercises down, but then a lot of them, what they'll do is they'll actually do the exercise for you, whether it be a picture or whether it be a video. Again, good posts. This is in your 80%. Another good post would be videos. You know what? It's a great way to connect with your audience. I love video marketing. You want to put topics of interest to your market, your target market. And here is a picture of a video that I have on my Instagram account. You see, I look to help home business and small business owners market themselves on social media. So they struggle with leads and sales, leads and money. So I created over 250 videos. They're on my YouTube channel. That's Dr. Steve Sabo. By the way, you can see my Instagram site here. which is Dr. Steve Sabo. And these are videos that I've created that create value for people. So whether it's videos on prospecting or closing, videos on video marketing, videos on, I did a movie review on the entrepreneur movie Founder. It's the Ray Kroc movie. So there are a lot of things that you can do of value to your target market. You just have to find out what they're looking for and address their pain point, and then do videos to help them. So again, I love videos, and this is also good posts. So other good posts, which I would put in a 20% of your post, would be lifestyle pictures. And here you see a picture, myself with my wife and my daughter. We picked her up at college to bring her home for the summer. And you put lifestyle pictures out there to show that you're a well-rounded person, to show other people who you are when you're not working. Here's a picture of me. Yeah, well, it's working. It's at work as I'm preparing to do a video. I like doing my videos as much as I can in the outdoors. And so I had someone take a picture of me preparing to do the video. Family pictures again. Picture of my daughter. I seem to have left out my younger daughter, and as I redo the presentation, I'll have to change the slide here. Here's a picture having fun. It was Super Bowl Sunday, and there I am enjoying barbecue with a good friend of mine. And also another good video, another good post, I'm sorry. Let me say a few words about pictures at a company event. These are terrific pictures. You don't want to overdo it. And here I am with April Marie. April Marie actually put together the Instagram course that I love so much, and that, again, as I say, helped me go from a following on Instagram of 150 up to 12,500. So what a great course she produced. And so here I am. I had someone snap a picture of myself with her, so that when she does a webinar that I want to promote, bam, I have this picture right here. Check out the webinar of my friend April Marie, her Instagram course. So really terrific to get pictures with leaders. Other pictures at company conventions that are really good to have or take pictures are pictures in groups that show you having a good time, the camaraderie with people in your home business or at your networking event. Terrific types of pictures to use. Before and after pictures. Well, I've got to say the results here, and I don't remember what company this is, but the results are really quite remarkable, the before and after that you can see here. And I guess because it's the tattoo on the side of the abdomen here, I guess it is the same person. But what a terrific post, before and after pictures. I mean, me, I see that, I'm like, wow, what did she do? What did she take to do that? You know, I want in. And that's really what the pictures are supposed to show. So before I move on to part 2, hashtags, and again, as I said, it's not going to be a long webinar tonight. I wanted to get, you know, in a nutshell, some quick points out to you. So bad post, pictures showing money. Here we have a woman that's flashing. These are euros, for those of you who don't know that, the European currency. And I've seen plenty of pictures of dollar bills, people floating in the money. What it does is seems to say it's just a get-rich-quick scheme. And of course, home business network marketing is anything but that. It's network marketing. It may be simple, but it's not easy. So pictures showing money, I get somebody that I'm friendly with showing this, and I immediately delete them. And then, of course, posts with profanities. It goes without saying. Gross pictures. Again, these are things that are not attractive on social media. So let me just move ahead here, and let's go to, where are we? Hashtags. Yes, hashtags. So the key, as it says here, the key to becoming successful on Instagram is to build up a targeted list of loyal followers. So you do that by putting good posts on your social media account, like we said before, but also by using hashtags. So for those of you who don't know what a hashtag is, it's a word or phrase that's preceded by and that's the number sign, and it's used to identify messages on a specific topic. I'm going to give you some examples in a few minutes. I'm going to give you those examples in a few minutes as I show you my iPhone screen over here. And what it does is it helps you connect with people that you target to introduce them to your business. And the first thing you need to do for hashtags is, and let me scroll up here a little bit, is you need to do research, okay? I'll show you in a minute about Instagram search. Use the search bar to find out, and I'm going to use a simple example called weight loss, basically. All right, and we'll go on and you'll see some of the hashtags that are good to use for weight loss. And I also want to just point out this site. Let me copy and paste this site here. Open link in a new window. So let's do that. And I want to show you this site that actually talks about the top 100 hashtags on Instagram. And again, you can do a search on the top right over here. And this tells you, for example, hashtag love has 1.1 billion users, 1.1 billion people that are using hashtag love. And TBT, number 7, Throwback Thursday. So if you use that hashtag, it can draw people to you. So let's move back here and let me go to, here's this. Let me share my screen and I'm going to go to Steve's iPhone here. Oops, here we are. Good. Okay, so I'm going to open up Instagram. And here's Instagram, okay? Let me just go to my account first. Just so you see, here's what an Instagram account looks like. Here's what my account looks like. You have the bio. Again, we talked about that last week, leading you to the one place on Instagram, which is, I'll show you with the arrow, the freeinstaleads.net, which is, by the way, feel free to go on there. It's my free Instagram training. Up here you can see, here's my 12.4 thousand followers. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down on the bottom next to the home button is this button, which is the magnifying glass or the search screen. So if we click on search, and what I want to do in the search bar is I want to click in weight loss. Weight loss. So here we are. Okay. So, oops, I spelled it wrong, that's why. Okay. Here we are, weight loss. Okay. So, different ones for weight loss. So if we look at number 3 here, it says hashtag weight loss, and there are 35 million posts here. Now, if I click on there, we can see people. So if I wanted to find out about weight loss, I might do hashtag weight loss. And then below, I see a bunch of before and after pictures and other type of posts that people have used that hashtag. So if you had used it, your post would be in the screen over here right now. So there are other similar types of hashtags. If we click over here, hashtag, and now we get a list of hashtags that are related to weight loss, okay? Some with as weight loss 35 million posts, and others weight loss support, weight loss ideas, and others. And again, you can use these, and we're going to talk about the number of hashtags that should be used and shouldn't be used in a few minutes. But here's how you would find related hashtags to weight loss. You can go on that website that I just showed you, or you can go, and I'm going to show you that website again in a minute, or you can come here right onto Instagram, click tags, and search for weight loss, for example. Okay? So let me go back to top 100 hashtags. This site, just if you want to write it down, is top-hashtags.com/Instagram. All right, now let me close out over here. And I want to just come back and just say a little bit more about hashtags, and then we're going to go to my favorite time saver. So using hashtags, you should come up with a list or lists of hashtags that are less than 20 each and save them to your notepad so you can easily copy and paste them to your Instagram account. You know, I'm now posting hashtags as below here with a bunch of dots, and I will show you what that looks like in a second. And then the hashtags as we see over here. What happens is it looks less spammy. And now let me come back on to show you what that looks like. Let me just click on here. All right, this is a post that I put, and I wrote, "Have faith in your abilities," and then Dr. Steve Szabo below there, and you see that those hashtags are kind of hidden from view. If we click on the comments button, you can see them. But because I put those dots there, they are hidden from view. So again, I like to do that. I like to do that. So we've talked about good posts. We've talked about hashtags. And as we wrap it up here tonight, okay, in the next few minutes, I want to just talk about my favorite time saver. So let me switch over here to the camera. And hello, everybody. Back here. Want to just wrap it up here with my favorite time saver. Well, I'm going to show you in a second on my iPhone screen what my favorite time saver is, and that involves using the notepad. I save everything to the notepad. Common conversations, the hashtags we talked about. The last thing you want to do, guys, is for every post, come up with 20 hashtags every single time you post. So let me go back to my screen here. Let's go back to the screen, the iPhone screen. Here we are. Okay, let me open it up. And let me show you guys some of the stuff that I have on the notepad. So let's talk about the notes. Right here, you put the dots on the top here, and then you put your hashtags. I would not use more than 20 hashtags. Let me show you, again, other hashtags. I have 4 different notes here with hashtags. What else do I use for my notes? So let's see. I use it, for example, my last video. Do you struggle with duplication in your business? Check out my newest video on why it's important to follow a system. So the top part here is a part that I put on Instagram with each one of these videos because I want to send people to my website. And it's not a clickable link to a website at Dr. Steve Szabo website, but that's the hashtag for another Instagram account I have. So when you click on that, it takes you to Dr. Steve Szabo website. And then I tell people, then tap on the link in my bio and check out my website. So when people do that, excuse me, what it does is it takes you to my other Instagram account, and then you click on my website and you end up in my website. People don't have to copy and paste anything. And I put that on the top part of each of the descriptions of my videos. So if this was the description and I'm about to post my video, I would click on it, select all, copy, and then I would paste it. So another good thing to put over here. Registration for webinars. Listen, the last thing you want to do is type all of this stuff here for your webinar. And here's one that I used actually for the webinar tonight, here tonight. And again, I copied and pasted it, saved a lot of time. So just give you a couple, here's something that I use, again, to get people over to my another Instagram account that I have, which is Dr. Steve Szabo. So if I click on that, or if somebody clicks on that, It takes them to the Instagram account, and then they can find my website that way. And in addition to stuff like this, I might use this for, I use this one for text messages, and then if people tell me who they are, and I'm at the point in the conversation, I want to tell people who I am, that I work full-time as an emergency doctor, I have this on the ready as well. Or if I'm doing the geography part of my conversation, I have this ready. So as you can see, this is right here. It's a big time saver. And let me click over here, get me back on the webcam here. So that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed learning about good posts, learning about hashtags, and finally my time saver by using the notepad in your business. Using the notepad in your business. So let me just shut this off again here later. All right. Before I sign out here, I want to just see if anybody has any questions. Do you have any questions, anybody? If you do, right there, or I should say right there, sorry, is the webcam, not the webcam, is the question section. Feel free to put in the questions. All right, here we have a question. It's a really good question. It's Steve, you said you have 12,000 followers. How long did it take you to get that many followers on Instagram? Well, good question, and I do want to stress that getting 12,500 followers is not something that you do overnight. It's something that takes time, takes persistent, and being consistent with your posts. So it was about 1.5 years ago when I took that course. I started with 150 followers. I have not missed one day of posting since I started, whether that's the inspirational quotes, whether that's promotions to my webinar, whether that's my 250-something videos. So again, I got that by being consistent and by being persistent on Instagram. So good question. Good question. How do I get the course, the Instagram course? Another good question. Well, the free Instagram course is, and let me see if I have that here, guys. Yes, over here. So right on here, in order to, this is how I wanted to end it, Instagram and Facebook connections. My Facebook fan page is also Dr. Steve Szabo. And my website is drsteveszabo.com. For any of you that want to contact me, it's drsteve, Dr. Steve at drsteveszabo.com. And, excuse me, freeinstaleads.net. I'll be sending out an email with all this information in the next day as well. But freeinstaleads.net, that's the site where you can get my free Instagram training. And if you're interested, the paid training that I use to get those 12,500 leads as well. So I'm going to wrap it up here. And again, as I say, I hope you got value here today. I enjoyed doing this presentation for you. The next presentation is going to be at the same time. It's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be next Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, on the 27th of July at 9 p.m. Eastern. So hope you got value here today. And with that, I'm going to say good night, everybody.